Barakim Habarim. Welcome to Messianic Moment Ministries. I'm Stephen Bruck. Yeah, you know who you are. And today is the 10th day of April 2025. Well, there is a difference between what is normal, meaning a condition defined by a society, and what is natural, meaning a condition that occurs within nature. The problems arise when we confuse what is only natural occurring as being normal. By the way, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe here on the YouTube channel and go back to my website, messianicmoment.com. Subscribe there too. Click the bell, set your device for notifications. You know all this stuff. This way you'll know next time I post. And please give a like to my Facebook page and join my Facebook group. It's called Just God's Word. I'm also now posting on TikTok. Hey, if you like what you get here, you're also going to love my books. They're available through the website or go to Amazon.com. One last thing, probably the most important, please share these messages with everyone you know to help this ministry continue to grow. All right, so let me explain what I'm talking about. Disease, it's something that occurs naturally within living entities. And although we consider it normal for a person to get sick, it is not really a normal condition, is it? What I mean is that we all will get sick occasionally during our lifetime, but being sick is not our normal state of being. It is a naturally occurring event in our lives, but being sick is not being normal. Now, here I go into what many will consider to be a bigoted and homophobic statement, but it's actually just a scientific fact. The LGBTQ+, did I get all those letters right? I hope I didn't miss any of them. That community, they're people who are not normal. How can I say that? Well, easily. Normal means the standard or majority condition. In Homo sapiens, what is normal is to be male or female, to be one of a race that is found throughout the world, white, black, Hispanic, Native American, Asian, East Indian, Aboriginal, whatever, and to act in a manner acceptable under the laws of that government. However, in the United States, a Gallup poll in 2023 found that only 7.6% of adults identify as LGBTQ+. That's less than 10% of the population, and that is not a normal condition. But homosexuality is a natural condition found within our species. The Bible tells us as far back as before the flood, there was homosexual activity everywhere. In fact, it was rampant. So we could say that back in those days, it was normal. But today, it's not normal. But it is something that occurs naturally. Homosexuality occurs naturally, but that does not mean it is normal. It is a sexual abnormality, and whether it be an uncommon hormonal condition or a psychological condition, or what I believe is actually probably a combination of both, it isn't normal within human societies across the world. It is a naturally occurring condition, but those who live that lifestyle cannot claim that they're normal within human society. Although they can say that within the LGBTQ plus society, well, within that society, yeah, they are normal. How's that for a confusing set of statements? Now here's something even worse. Sin is normal. Using my definition that normal is what the majority within a society or species do, sin, it's everywhere. And not only is sin normal, it is natural. In Judaism, we say that everyone is born with the Yetzer Hara, that means the evil inclination. And we don't develop the Yetzer Tov, the good inclination, until we're at least old enough to study Torah. And, Christianity calls it original sin. Now, Yeshua, Jesus, tells us that the path to salvation is through a narrow gate and along a road less traveled. It's Matthew 7:13-14. And I, for one, I believe what he says. Now, there are those within Judaism and Christianity who travel that road less traveled because we claim to be saved by means of Yeshua's sacrifice, and together we try to be Torah observant. As such, we are not normal, which is a statement that the vast majority of people in the world would agree with unconditionally. And that's okay with me. I prefer to be abnormal if it means living as best as I can in accordance with the Torah and accepting that Yeshua is the Messiah God promised to send. This is a condition known as Messianic Judaism. And being a Messianic Jewish man, I am not considered to be Jewish by Jews, and by most Christians, I'm not considered to be truly saved because they do all that Jewish stuff. So, what about you? Are you normal, or are you just naturally occurring? You can be both, if you are a human being who identifies as either just male or female, and you live within the standards of the society in which you belong. But what about your spiritual condition? If you are normal, then I believe, given from what I see in the world, that you're probably an unrepentant sinner. To be normal in our society, you must ignore the Torah. You should do whatever you want to do and tell everyone, well, God's forgiving, so, he'll forgive me. And then claim that, well, I'm really a good person, so I get to go to heaven. My. Are you ever in for an unpleasant surprise? You see, what is normal for human beings is abnormal for God. Because, as I mentioned earlier, we are all born sinners. And understanding that this condition is normal within humans, but only natural from God's view, we need to overcome our normality to be abnormal. We must be repentant and try to live as God said to in the Torah, instead of putting our trust in human beliefs or religious rhetoric. Joshua told the people that he and his house will obey the Lord. That's Joshua 24:15. And so to paraphrase his sentence, new day with the first day with the new mouth. I can't even say that right. To paraphrase his sentiments, I'm saying that I prefer to be abnormal in human society if it means I can be normal as far as God is concerned. Well, what's your choice? Thank you for being here. And please remember to share these messages with everyone you know, even non-believers. Hey, after all, you never know how fertile the soil is until you plant a seed in it. All right, my friends, that's it for this week. So, Lihitrot, and let me wish you an early Shabbat Shalom.